All right. Welcome back. Episode 10.
Oh, is it 10?
I think it's 10. What's
Look at
after
us.
9?
11?
I'll just teach PE, so I'll just whatever you think.
Well, congrats. We made it to 10.
10. Thought we got a big surprise. Just kidding. Thought we tried, but
The guest is coming on the next one.
it could be the next
It's
one
coming up.
at some point. Don't worry. Yeah, we got nothing special for 10. It's just because everybody does something. We want to be different. So we might just have a special thing on
Whenever we're 17.
17 or
Yeah.
39.
Suck it.
Yeah.
What channel was Nickelodeon growing up? 31?
How am I supposed to remember that?
I don't remember. I feel like that should be a special one, though.
31.
31 we do.
Gee. I think Cartoon Network was 47.
That sounds right.
Because I still had that. Remember I had the big box in college? The giant one that weighed 1,000 pounds?
Yeah, the TV that was like, it was like as deep as it was tall.
Oh, it was a thick
It was
boy.
like a square.
It was a thick boy, that's for sure. Yeah. So, it's coming. We just got some,
We took like a week off.
about a little over a
Me too.
week.
The last time we did this, there was a lot. We were discussing a lot.
Yeah, we were all over the place.
Zuckerberg's bunker, college football playoffs, probably some other stuff.
Yeah, probably other unimportant things.
We have a few things to get into now, but I think because this is our 10th episode, since we're not getting into a guest, I think we should reference that we've got a big weekend coming up
Oh,
celebrating Tony's 30th birthday. He's officially an old man.
I'm sick to my stomach just thinking about it. I'm actually not turning 30 this weekend.
When is your
That's
birthday?
just when the party is.
I literally don't even know when your birthday is.
I think it's next Wednesday. It's the 31st.
Oh,
But I'm not going to have a party on a Wednesday.
no.
Right? It'd be unbecoming,
Yeah.
right?
Well, in my mind, it's whenever the party is.
Right.
So your
Yeah.
birthday is Saturday.
At greatest bar in
The
America.
greatest bar in the world.
Upper Deck Sports Bar.
We could do a
and
top
grill.
5 bars. All 5 of mine,
Upper Deck.
upper deck. All 5.
I may throw Memories in there.
Memories
I do
number
love-
6.
I definitely love me some Memories Charcoal House. Shout out to Mems.
I like Memories because they have a whole section on their menu of just mac and cheese. It's like 5 different mac and cheeses.
They have like seafood mac and cheese.
It's awesome. There's a cheesesteak mac and cheese.
Really?
Yeah,
I made cheesesteak pasta the other night.
pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, Memories patio.
Yeah, specifically.
The year we turned, like all of us turned 21, we would go to Memories like Thursday through Saturday night.
Awesome.
When everybody like freshly turned 21, oh my God, like Thursday through Saturday.
So, in honor of you turning 30, I have my own mini bottom 5 worst things about Tony.
I don't like where this is going.
Are you ready for this?
Jesus.
This is from.
Hey, hold on, beat. Okay, I don't know about this, by the way. This is completely. There better be one nice thing in there.
There's not a single nice thing on here. Okay, 5th worst thing about Tony. You refuse to do anything on Sundays, and you make it like a whole thing, and then randomly, like you assume everybody's off on Mondays when you're off.
Right.
But even when you're not, you'll randomly like go do something on a Sunday and just change your whole
So
thing.
is that 2 things or 1 thing?
It's all one thing.
Okay.
That's
So-
number 5.
So Sundays, I'm not a Sunday guy. It's
You're
the
not-
Lord's Day.
You're a douche on Sundays.
It's the Lord's Day. I can't just chill on the couch.
All right, that's fair. I take it off
Okay,
the list.
so
All right,
I will have a rebuttal for each one of these, maybe.
Number 4. You played wide receiver in high school, but I ran a faster 40 than you, and you didn't block one play for 4 years.
Okay, so to the first thing, I was kind of dumb,
Where
and is
is was
ours. Hey, doctor, I got credits.
Yeah,
I
you're
got,
there.
so I got no, but hold on.
What about blocking?
Well, I ran like a post corner. Didn't
You
I?
ran like a 60-yard, 40-yard
I don't know what
dash.
the hell I was doing. Yeah, that's not good. But I had.
What about the blocking?
That's funny. There's one play on our team highlight film, or It's the only play of me blocking, and I block two Fredder guys in the back, and Riddle scores a touchdown. I swear,
They don't call a flag?
It's the only play where I'm like near blocking somebody.
Yeah, that's great.
Speared him in the back. Joe Riddle runs for a touchdown.
All right, I take that back then.
Okay, so you're 0 for 2.
All right. Number 3 worst thing about Tony, all of the things you like weren't good or popular for the last 30 years, including the Redskins. All of your tattoos are bands that are old as fuck. You don't think anything good has come out in 20 years, and you're a douche.
Hold on, 20 years?
Yeah. 20 years ago was like 2004.
Oh,
So
well.
I'm saying 40 years. Let me back it up to 40 years.
Hey, there's been some good country artists come out lately. So that's my rebuttal.
Okay.
What else?
Number 2 is your handwriting. That's it.
Okay.
It's horrible.
I got nothing for you.
All right, number 1, your sleep habits. You moan in your sleep, and you also damn near like run out of the house like a Vietnam vet.
Okay. Hey, how do you know I moan?
Dude, first of all, I shared a house with you, and we shared that hotel room when we went on a cruise.
Oh yeah.
And you were like while you're sleeping, like all night, you just moan.
But you have no proof.
I don't have any proof of this.
Oh, okay. Just say that. Start with that next time.
The worst thing about you is your sleep habits. You have
Yeah, I will say the sleep apnea thing's not great.
That's-
Waking up in the middle of the night and seeing shit.
that's scary, dude.
Oh, imagine being Brooke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's getting better though. I mean,
Based off what?
I mean, just.
Don't you have like a machine?
Yeah, I got one of the machines a while ago, but I don't wear it.
Where is it? Is it like in a
Sitting
closet?
on my nightstand.
Not used?
Not.
Is it like a Bane mask?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Let me
Whatever.
now. Do I get to do a top 50 of things I don't like about you?
No, you gotta wait till my 30th.
Oh, okay.
You got another year and a half.
Just let's say one positive thing.
About you?
Yeah, if you can think of one.
You bought this microphone,
I did
so
with my OnlyFans account. So, all right. Well, thanks for that. I didn't know that was coming.
yeah.
But it's not even my birthday, so none of those
It does
apply
until. All right.
until next Wednesday,
All right. So never mind.
31st.
Wipe it out.
I can't believe I gotta get back in the mood now.
All right.
You just brought us down.
Well,
This is what they want.
they want to.
This is what the competition wants. Tear us apart, and you fell for it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I fell for Rogan's trap.
You fell for it, but all those weren't even true, except 4 of them.
Except the handwriting.
The handwriting.
The handwriting's pretty bad.
I got nothing for
I don't know
that.
how you shop for groceries.
That's why I use my phone now. Because usually I used to write it on the thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm leaving, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
But a PE teacher, you don't write.
Yeah.
Any
okay.
PE teacher I've known that's not a woman, horrible handwriting.
You know what they say is that people with bad handwriting are smart because their brain's moving faster than their hand.
IQ is higher.
Right.
That makes sense.
So
Then that makes sense.
Your eye's higher than your Q.
Yeah. Whatever he just said.
Yeah. All right. What else is going on?
30. Football.
Football. I picked Michigan to win.
You did over Washington?
I did.
Okay. Did you... all right, so this is actually what I meant to ask you. Do you think... so the head coach of Washington, right, he's now Alabama's football coach. Do you think he knew that he was leaving before that game to go to Alabama?
I'm going to say yes because they didn't win. Like, if they had won, then it's like, oh my God, I just won the championship. Now I'm getting these offers. But you didn't even win and you took another contract. Like, to me, that means you were thinking about it.
Like, he was already out the door.
Yeah.
Like, didn't care about... I mean, I don't know if he would say that.
I mean, he got a lot of money.
And one of his players like went on IG Live and was like, yeah, he just didn't even say bye. He just rolled out.
He just left.
He just straight up left.
And now he has, like, no football team. Like, all of Alabama has transferred.
Right. So they're... yeah.
I'm wondering if he's going to regret that move. Obviously, like, he's not going to be upset about the money. But Washington just had a really good season, and they're joining the Big Ten, which is going to be a better conference than what they're in
they are.
next year. So, like, you were in a really good
There's
spot.
another loss for Maryland.
Yeah. It seems weird that he left.
That was super weird.
Like, the expectations for you at Washington in the Big Ten are so much lower than they will be at Alabama at the SEC. Like, you're gonna fill the shoes of maybe the best college coach ever. I don't want that job.
No.
I don't want to backfill Saban.
That's what I feel the same way, like whenever Coach Connor leaves,
Yeah.
who
Next man up?
does that?
Why wouldn't you just stay at Washington, still make millions of dollars, and
Right.
have way less pressure?
I thought I saw their recruiting, like the top 10 recruits for the next season. They weren't even like top 10 though. So it's almost like I don't know. He definitely knew about it before the game. Is what my thought.
I think so. I agree.
So to me wasn't that all invested. And Harbaugh, talking about the other coach, Harbaugh, right?
He's going to
Chargers.
which
That's weird.
it's weird because like when I think about the current Chargers offense versus how his offense at Michigan has been the whole time, it's very different. But like now both Harbaughs are in the AFC, so they're going to play each other a lot. And
For the script.
the Chargers should be like really good. I feel like why aren't they good?
I don't know. Their defense must be horrible. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
Their offense, they have a lot of weapons.
they have a Bosa, don't they have a Bosa
Those,
and a Khalil Mack?
yeah, that guy deserved to be fired because there's talent around that team.
Yeah, 100%. It'll be cool to see what Harbaugh does.
I just don't. That's just a weird fit to me.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about him that I don't like. I'll just say I like the other brother better. I'll just say that. Jonathan
Harbaugh.
Jonathan Harbaugh. Yeah.
Do you think he's not going to be good on the Chargers? Or
I didn't say that. I just think it's weird.
I feel like I would want to just stay at Michigan. Like
After all the shit that went
that's
down,
fair.
and
He's
especially now this NIL stuff, and I think that's why Saban was like,
yeah,
this is a perfect opportunity for me to just
Saban said that though. He was like, it's a different game now.
and he's also like upper 70s.
I think he's like 73.
I think him and Belichick should have just coached on the same team.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Can you imagine?
Belichick goes to college.
They coached together on the Browns, didn't they?
Did they really?
I'm pretty sure they were on the Browns together.
That's awesome.
At one point.
That would be so cool if they were like, let's just go to like Utah State or like the worst football program we can find.
Yeah, and just
team up and see what.
But
we can do.
who's the head coach?
They rock paper scissors.
Who's the better? Who's
each game?
Who's the best head coach? Yeah, they switch every game.
It's got to be Belichick.
You think?
He's got to be the best head coach. Yeah.
Of all time.
Yeah. You know who is the most underrated coach of all time? NFL coach of all time? Joe Gibbs is the only coach
Okay.
who's won 3 Super Bowls, 3 separate quarterbacks. None of those quarterbacks are Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
With how many different teams?
All the Redskins.
It was all he was the coach for all those teams?
He won 3 with the Redskins. All 3 of them
that.
different quarterbacks. None of those quarterbacks are in the Hall of Fame.
So Joe Gibbs.
A most underrated.
and then goes into NASCAR?
Oh, legend.
Guys all time.
And then comes back to the Redskins? Maybe you should have stayed.
Yeah.
Stayed out.
He should have stayed out. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
We'll see how he does. I think it'll be interesting seeing Harbaugh in.
Speaking of hardball, I mean, right? These playoffs have been pretty spectacular, I would say. I would rate them. I'll give an A+ just because seeing the Cowboys lose the way they did in the first round.
That's awesome.
That's better than a skinned Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was the greatest thing that could have happened.
Cowboys fans are so upset.
Not all of them.
It's so funny.
Yeah. It's the fact that they won 16 straight home games. They dominate. I mean, they looked really good at times this season.
Yeah.
At home.
At home they were dominating.
At home.
Yeah.
Right. 16 dominant. I mean, defense was great, and they got their ass kicked.
Yeah, wasn't even close. They looked horrible.
The end of the game, that was bonus. garbage time, whatever. That defense was horrible.
Their defense looked the worst they've looked all season.
Like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn, defense coordinator, I'm thinking his foot was already out the door.
Yeah.
Because he's up to the coaching job.
But I was also watching Micah Parsons because he's one of my favorite players, and
he's kind of overrated.
Well, he gets chipped a lot. Like running backs, tight ends, everyone was chipping him. They had a good game plan for him, but he was not doing anything.
Yeah.
Which usually when that happens, you see the guy on the other side doing well because he's taking all the blocks. And
yeah,
that wasn't happening.
I would make that same Chase Young has Bosa on the other side.
Yeah.
But Chase Young doesn't really do anything.
No.
So
I'm okay with trading Chase Young.
From the Skins?
Well, yeah.
Oh, they should have done it 3 years ago.
We shouldn't have just... Yeah.
His technique is bad. He just tries to bull rush and
right.
He's like, you can't do
I
that.
like Montez Sweat, though.
Yeah. Why is he Sweat?
Because it's Montez.
Is his middle name...
The name Montez makes me think of like I don't know, the Aztecs. Like Cortez, the explorer.
So you think they're related?
Pyramids. Montez the Pyramids.
Built by Montez.
Have you seen the thing about how the color of the Super Bowl logo
Yes.
chooses the teams that are going to win?
Yes.
What are your as a conspiracy guy, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm definitely in on it.
Are you a fan?
That the NFL is kind of scripted. I had a teacher today, probably in her 67. She's retired, and she came up and asked me about that today.
No way.
Music teacher,
Let's
retired.
get around.
And I'm like, how the fact that so many people are now starting to hear about this. I feel like it's just been the last couple of years really that's really picked up.
Yeah.
But that's in the whole world. The whole world's on a conspiracy.
If any of you don't know what we're talking about, they put out the logo for the Super Bowl. This year's 57 or something. I have no idea.
One of them.
But they put out Super Bowl XLV or whatever the numerals are, and there's two colors. And the last 3 years, I think, the two colors in the logo have matched the teams that play in the Super Bowl. And they put this out at the beginning of the season. So it was when the Rams won, the logo was blue and whoever they played.
Yeah.
And then whatever, it's so this year the colors are 49ers red and Ravens purple, and it matches. And they're the two best teams. My thing is if you were scripting the NFL and then you were I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at what's going to happen. That's in the movie Neighbors when he writes that thing on the note.
Yeah. He's it's a little
it's a Jewish thing.
Yeah, what does he
puts
say?
a phrase.
Yeah. Hey, what does he call it? It's a little, hey, gotcha.
Yeah.
Who knows? So are you betting, if you're a betting man, are you betting Ravens Niners?
I don't know if my heart can bet on the Niners because the whole country has to be rooting for the Lions, right?
Yes.
How can you not?
And I'll give you one reason. Actually, I'll give you 2 reasons.
Okay.
Number 1, Eminem.
Of course.
That
8 Mile.
guy.
Yeah.
Right? 2, Dan Campbell.
Oh, love the guy.
He's the best.
Love the guy.
Everybody loves him. How do you not root for that guy?
I know one guy that does not like him, and he says that Dan Campbell's nothing but a risk taker. He says Dan Campbell just gambles and it works out for him. And this guy also only talks about sports betting. So
Dan,
you also just gamble all the time.
Gamble Campbell.
Dude, guys, he seems awesome.
He is a player's coach.
Yeah.
And that's a man right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a man.
He's
so who's the one guy?
It's some dude I work with.
Oh, he's an idiot.
Nerd.
Not a shout out to that
love
guy.
Dan Campbell. I do think Jared Goff has Eli Manning syndrome when it comes to his face.
Okay, just looks dumbfounded.
Never looks confident.
Yeah. That's just his face.
It's just a weird face.
What do you want him to do?
Change it, or I'm going to change it for you.
Yeah, something about deliver.
Pow, pow.
Jared Goff, game manager.
So Jared Goff was my
Brock-
fantasy quarterback this
Okay.
year, and he only played well when I didn't start him. So I partially don't like Jared Goff.
Okay, so is he a game manager?
Compared to Brock Purdy,
I would say they're the same.
how do you feel about Brock Purdy? Is he a good quarterback? Would you rather have Brock Purdy or Sam Howell?
Purdy. I guess yeah, Brock Purdy.
I feel like
It's so hard because he has so many weapons. Like it's hard to compare
when
who would I rather have.
Garoppolo was on the 49ers, they went to the NFC Championship.
Right.
Then Garoppolo leaves, and you see how bad Garoppolo really is. I think Purdy's the most overrated quarterback in the league.
I mean, but
And he didn't even look that good against the Packers, to be honest.
How can you? I don't think you can call him overrated. The dude was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Last pick in the draft, and
Well, he was like the favorite to be the MVP.
oh, that's
for
a
most
little
of this year.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
So in that reference,
In that regard,
ridiculous.
yes, that's
like you take Lamar and put him on the 49ers, and you have the best offense
the best team ever
that's ever existed.
ever assembled.
Yeah, and then you put Purdy on the Ravens.
They're not good.
They don't. They're
I'd say there's a handful of quarterbacks you put on the Ravens, and that team is not good. A lot. I would say a lot.
Yeah,
They need a Lamar Jackson, a Patrick Mahomes
yeah,
for that type of offensive style.
yeah. Their best receiving threat is their tight end, who's always hurt.
Who's hurt? The backup, that Likely guy's pretty good though.
He's gonna be good. I think they dumped Mark Andrews.
He has one more year on his contract. They can run a lot of. I'm thinking a lot of 2 tight end sets.
And then just not re-sign him.
Or they trade him.
So
But with 1 year left, I don't know.
what are your with these picks? I got some wrong. I thought it was going to be. I thought the Packers were going to win against the 49ers, which almost happened, but I was wrong.
The Niners did not. They were disappointing.
They looked beatable,
Yeah,
and I thought the Bills were going to beat the Chiefs,
I did too. I picked them to win.
and I was wrong there.
That sucks.
But the entire country, I bet there has never been.
A more lopsided.
Well, I'm thinking in terms of like who the country is rooting for. Everyone's rooting for the Ravens because they're tired of Mahomes and they're tired of Taylor Swift,
Right.
and everyone's rooting for Detroit.
Oh yeah.
I bet it's 99% of the country wants those two teams to win.
Yes. That'd be a good Super Bowl. Ravens Lions. I'd be good with that.
I'm cool with that.
But I think it's going to be Ravens Niners. The Lions are just inconsistent.
Yeah, I agree. They looked bad a few times this year. I'm going to say the Niners whoop the Lions.
You think?
Whoop the Lions. I don't want that to happen.
Wait, that's at San Francisco.
Yeah. I don't want that to happen. I want Detroit to win, but I think
Yeah.
the Niners whoop them.
I'm rooting for Detroit because of Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
But
everyone's
they got weapons.
They're good.
They're
Maybe
good.
a little more defense.
So you got Lions Niners, so the game of the game manager quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and then you have complete opposite in the AFC game.
Two of the best quarterbacks.
Most, yeah.
And then
Let's-
I'm going to say Ravens win because I refuse to think that the Chiefs win. But
Yeah,
also the Ravens defense is insane.
Yeah, well, they're 1-2 defensively. I just saw something today. Ravens are 1 in like a bunch of categories defense, and the same category Chiefs are 2nd.
Really?
So it should be. I think that'll be the better game, Ravens.
For sure.
The more intriguing game.
Wow.
How about that?
Okay.
And that's on Sunday, right?
Oh,
Yeah, that's Sunday.
yeah.
Which I'll be on my couch doing nothing.
All right. Well, Ravens, and then you got to pick a winner.
Well, maybe we'll do that next episode.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Super Bowl's not for 2 weeks after, anyways. So we should be able to get one in before then.
All right.
So I'm going Ravens. What are you going to go, Niners?
I'm going Ravens Niners.
I would just go Ravens.
If
Lions.
I'm a betting man,
Okay,
but
but you want Ravens.
I want
Lions.
Lions.
I'm probably going to have to agree. I'm going to have to agree with you on that.
All right, we'll circle back.
Dude, hold on. Did you see the, there was like a meme or whatever, and it was like, when Taylor Swift is driving through Baltimore and rolls up to the Squeegee Boys.
No.
It was the funniest thing ever. And the thing is like, this dude's like, he's got like a dumbfounded face.
Oh, because they're seeing Taylor Swift? Yeah.
No, Taylor Swift is like in the car, and she pulls up to the Squeegee Boys.
That's awesome.
And their face is like, what's happening here? What's going on?
Some of the memes that are coming out of the playoffs are so good. Did you see
The Cowboys one was awesome.
Did you see the Bills one about the fake punt? So the Bills gave the ball to DeMar Hamlin, the guy who died last year.
I did see that. Yeah.
And then it was a horrible fake punt.
Yeah.
And it was what the Bills thought the Chiefs would do when they gave the ball to DeMar Hamlin, and it was like one of those Make-A-Wish games.
Oh my God!
Where the running back is like a kid and he runs for 70 yards.
That's aggressive.
That's funny, dude.
Is he gonna win comeback player of the year?
Is he actually playing well this year, or is he does he get it by default?
I think it's by default. I don't know if that was a joke though. Like it was either Flacco or him or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if that's a joke or.
I feel like he's gonna get it because that's like.
He came back from the dead.
Did he?
I don't know.
I don't know enough about what happened.
We'll have to call a veterinarian or something.
Okay. I got a cousin that works on horses.
Was he one lives over there? He's got rats, right?
Rats?
Yeah, rats. He's got mice.
Rats outside.
Yeah, so that, well, since we're on topic of sports teams and getting into some of the great ones, we're going to do a quick top 5 greatest teams of all time.
Of any sport.
Any sport.
Not specific to football.
Yes.
Correct. So what is your like for me, I'm thinking this is obvious, but like in terms of who they were playing, like a lot of people talk about the Celtics from like the 50s.
Yeah, I wouldn't put them in.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Just LeBron by himself would beat that whole team.
Right. And I was looking at like the Yankees team. I mean, like 1927 Yankees,
right.
They have, but like they did have like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, like.
Right, DiMaggio.
But we can't be talking about teams from
100 years ago.
That was before World War.
That's insane.
1927.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not up.
There is a Daniel Tosh joke about this when he talks about Barry Bonds.
Lay it on me.
It may be inappropriate.
Don't.
Barry Bonds gets an asterisk for using steroids, but Babe Ruth doesn't
whisper this part.
Babe Ruth doesn't get an asterisk for being allowed to play when it's all white dudes.
That's actually kind of funny. That's fair. That's kind of fair.
Different sports, different physical. Like back in the 40s, like when the Celtics won 11 championships or whatever.
They won the 40s. Celtics was like 60s.
But then those dudes go home and they're like carpenters.
They're like
your starting point guard is
right,
like a middle school janitor.
Yeah, so it's hard to. Yeah, I don't have anything. So I don't have anything like that.
And nobody give me some stupid shit about like, oh, you forgot about the.
We're gonna forget
Germany soccer team in the 90s. Like, no.
Any soccer team? I didn't even.
Don't care.
It's already out. Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't watch this if you big soccer fan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Who starts?
We haven't done one of these in a while.
All right, I'm gonna start.
Yeah, you start because actually my 5 I don't even have yet. My top.
You don't have your order?
My 5 spot.
All right, my 5 spot, fifth greatest team ever, is a football team.
And hold on, let me ask. Did you do this by? Like, let me think of the greatest football team. Let me think of the greatest.
No.
Let me think of the greatest team assembled, or.
I was thinking like when you just of all of the teams assembled, compared to their relative competition, how dominant were they?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to explain it more with the teams as they come up. So first team in my 5 spot is the 2019 LSU Tigers.
Okay.
That's
a hot start.
Joe Burrow, who threw for 5,600 yards, 5,600 yards, and 60 touchdowns. That's insane.
Yeah.
But it's not as insane when you realize his receivers were Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, who went 1-2 in my fantasy football league.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Should you have gotten Jamar Chase at the 2 spot? No. Should have taken McCaffrey. But that's a reasonable 1-2 pick.
Yes.
Both of those players on one college football team?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And then on defense, they had Derek Stingley, who's one of the best corners already, and Patrick Queen, who is a freak.
For the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the I don't know how you could find a college football team that could guard that offense.
No. What were they averaging? 50 points a game? Something like that?
I think the lowest they scored 34 points in every single game the entire year.
Yeah. That's a great 5 spot.
See, I might have some stats. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Dang. Joe Cool Burrow.
Joe Cool.
And what was the coach?
Ed Orgeron.
Oregano or whatever?
Oregano?
Or Oregano.
What's up with his voice?
How does he talk?
I love it.
Everybody loved that
It's
guy.
awesome.
I don't even think he coached any aspect of football.
With that team?
I think he was just like literally the head coach
He
and
just yells.
motivator.
Yeah.
Like Will Ferrell and Semi-Pro.
Yeah.
Not an X's and O's guy.
No.
Motivator.
Promoter.
Yeah.
He talks like he smokes 10 packs of cigarettes a minute.
Probably just stogies.
He sounds
all
like
day.
those ladies from The Simpsons.
He sounds like the dude. He sounds like Farmer Fran from Waterboy.
Yeah, he does.
That's literally him.
Yeah. All right, that's my 5 spot.
That's a good spot. Yeah, I don't even have a 5 here. I'm going to go. Here's what I'm going to do. No, never mind. I'll go with.
Are you gonna pick someone off the wall?
No, I'm just. I love Lamp.
Don't say the Raiders. This was not this. Can you guys even see this Raiders calendar? This was not here last episode.
My dad got me.
A fake Raiders fan.
My dad got me that.
You know how bad the Raiders are? Their quarterback's not even on here as one of their players on the back.
I couldn't name one of those guys. But how do you not love that?
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
No, take your time.
I'm gonna go with Frederick County. Greatest Frederick County football team in the past 20 years.
I almost put this on my list.
Did you really?
I almost
Did you
did.
really? We gotta get if we're gonna do that, like a top 5 of those teams, we need to get
We need
coach on here.
Yeah.
And then if you went to play, one time in college, me and like Steve, we literally went through like defense, offense, and like just put players
Yeah.
like 3D. Oh, took us all. Took us all night.
I know what you're gonna say, but let the people know.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
You're gonna say 2003 Lincoln Lancers.
03 Lincoln Lancers.
I almost did it.
Nobody from the 09 team beat me up. Yeah. Now it could have been 09 team, could have been some of those Urbana teams from the thousands, but
Yeah.
that 03 team was. I've always resonated with that team. Just growing up watching them,
Psychos.
they were different.
Psychos.
And then off the field they're insane.
Yeah.
You would know more about this than since your brother played on the team.
I will not share some of the stories that I have with those guys.
Right. Some of them are shareable.
But
You got to get your brother on for that.
I'll let him speak for the stories.
Yeah.
What the craziest thing about that team, in 2002 they went undefeated, lost in states.
To Seneca, probably had a good chance to win.
Right. I'm pretty sure that game Grubby was academically ineligible. In 2002. Sorry, that may have been the Urbana game they lost.
I don't know.
There was one of the games that
That's
they did
20
in
years ago.
2003. He couldn't play.
Grubby couldn't.
Oh, it was the Urbana game because they lost on that bad snap on the punt because they had a different long snapper.
Okay.
But you look at that team undefeated in 2002, one loss in 2003 to a very good Urbana team.
Yes.
But you look at the 4 years before that, Urbana didn't exist until like 97.
Yes.
So if Urbana never opened, that Urbana team of those 6 years
Plus the Lincoln guys.
go together.
Greatest team.
That's
That could be
nuts.
the one spot.
Yeah, that might be.
Put all them together with Billy Gaines and
How about the best not real sports team? Is
Ooh.
that combination.
best fictional sports team.
Yeah. I'm going to say the Jamaican bobsled team from Cool Runnings.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. I might go with the Looney Tunes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go with the Monstars.
That's fair.
They're 20'7".
Yeah.
I mean, you put
Juiced
them
with all the...
right. You put them on. Although they did lose to
like a little bird.
but also the greatest of all time. So
Okay.
it's not. It's like an asterisk.
Sure.
It's like they lost, but they lost to the greatest.
But you were good.
basketball player of all time. Right.
Okay.
So maybe the Monstars.
But 5 spot, Lincoln or.
Yeah, I'll put 03. Or it could have been that was me just I didn't really have a 5 spot, but I tried to pick like one from each sport. And I didn't really do that, but
All right, well, someone's going to yell at you.
could have been 09. 09's great too.
Also insane.
I mean, yeah.
All right, so let me pull up my 4 spot. People are going to say this is a cheap answer, whatever. I'm saying the dream team, but hear me out. The dream team, obviously, greatest team ever assembled. Yeah, in any sport, in the history of any sport, sure. Because they're an Olympic team, you don't think you can put them higher, or at least I didn't put them higher because you were assembled for a reason. But before that, like every other, I think Russia started it, but Russia was like, we're going to start putting our professional players, because the Olympics used to be amateurs. And then Russia was like, no, we're sending our best.
Good luck.
So we responded by saying, okay, we're going to send our best. So we did. And we assembled the greatest basketball team of all time. And I think their average margin of victory was 44 points through the Olympic.
I believe that.
The average margin of victory is 44.
Yeah.
So half of their wins were more than that.
Right.
You got Patrick Ewing. You got Michael Jordan. You got Charles Barkley. You got the GOAT Jordan. I mean, Karl Malone. Like, there's probably 17 other people that I can think of.
Oh, there's
Christian Laettner was actually on that team, too.
he didn't play. They didn't want him on that team.
Yeah. He was on it, though.
I'm not going to speak to that just because I may
Okay.
have it in a different spot.
That's my 4 spot only because it's an Olympic team.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
4, I got 2000. I was looking up Bama teams, and you could have picked
There's a whole...
from like 09 to like 2000. I mean, you could have picked any of them, to be honest. I think the 11 defense was like unheard of.
Was that the year they beat Notre Dame?
That was the year they lost to LSU and then beat them in the bowl. Remember that?
Yeah. Okay. 6-3.
It was 9-6.
Oh, it's 9-6.
LSU, and then they beat them in the bowl or whatever it was.
Okay.
So I mean, pretty much in those teams, I picked the most recent one, 2017 Alabama team, because of the roster. Let me pull this bad boy up.
2017 Alabama.
Yeah, I was looking at it. This is pretty.
7 years ago, I can't even remember who it was.
Okay, so we got Jalen Hurts was a quarterback. The receiving core was Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, and Devontae Smith.
That's insane.
They had Trayvon Diggs, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, Mac Jones was on that team. Henry Ruggs was on that team. Receiver.
Jesus.
Tua, however you
Holy
say it.
shit.
Obviously not all of them were playing at the same time.
Right, but still, 3 first-round quarterbacks.
Najee Harris.
Wow.
McKinney, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Might be a Hall of Famer eventually. Damian Harris.
Wow.
He started for the Pats. I mean, just looking at like this, I don't know. This is like 40-some. Bo Scarborough, remember Bo Scarborough?
Dude, he was massive.
He was a man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dude was huge.
Deron Payne.
Yeah. Oh,
Quentin Williams.
Animal. Wow. That's a loaded team. That receiver room might be one of the best. Like.
Yeah, that's what is that? I don't know how many.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, what is it there? 47 players from that team made it to the NFL.
Wow, that's pretty good.
No, that doesn't mean they're playing out, but yeah.
So that's your 4?
Yeah, that was my 4 spot.
Okay. My 3 spot.
I don't even know if they won a national. Was that when they beat? I don't even know if they won a national.
Oh, I can't remember beyond last year.
That's one of those like. They were all on the same team at the same time,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, all right.
That roster's nuts.
Yeah, literally, I'm just number 4 spot any Alabama team in the past 15 years.
The whole thing.
Just everything.
That's like Swing saying his favorite holiday is March Madness. Just the whole thing.
He can say that. He's allowed to.
That's fair.
We should have done dynasties.
We'll do that.
We'll do that eventually. Go ahead.
All right, my 3 spot is the 2007 Patriots. If they win, the championship, maybe number one, but you lost to Eli Manning. And you almost lost to Eli Manning in the regular season also. People don't remember that, but the Giants probably could have beat them twice.
Is the 07 one the David Tyree catch?
0-7 one is the 18-0 undefeated New England Patriots. Tom Brady and Randy Moss set the record for single season passing touchdowns. I think Randy Moss had 23 receiving touchdowns that year.
That's just unfair.
Brady had like 52. They go 18-0. They've got Tom Brady. They've got Randy Moss. They've got Junior Seau. They've got Richard Seymour. They've got Harrison. So they had probably
Bruschi? Was Bruschi on that team?
Teddy Bruschi's on the team. They probably had 7 Hall of Famers on that team. Loaded. They also beat the Redskins 52-7 that year.
Is that surprising or?
That's just so disrespectful that you can do that to another professional team.
Yeah.
The fact that Tom Brady got to throw the ball to Randy Moss seems illegal. I feel like that's a felony.
Yeah.
Somebody should have arrested
That should have been cheating.
That's insane.
And then the bylaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts. I think there was a game that year where Randy Moss had, I don't remember the exact stats,
3 catches
for 193 yards.
3 touchdowns.
And 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's probably against the Redskins.
Had to be.
Insane.
Had to be.
Best NFL football team of all time. As far as greatest teams, you can't be one spot if you don't win it all.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom.
Sorry, Thomas.
So
who do you have that in your top 5? The number 1 greatest NFL team of all time?
No.
Who would you say it is?
I mean,
is it the Dolphins? They're the only undefeated team.
Yeah, I mean,
but that was in the 1970s.
I think it was 72. I think I discount everything before like at least 1980.
Okay.
I don't have it in there. I mean, that's the best team ever assembled, but they didn't win it. Best team to ever win it, probably like 85 Bears, number 1 defense, number 2 offense.
Did they have, they had Walter. Oh man, that could have been my 5 spot.
Yeah.
Duh, Bears. Jim McMahon, quarterback.
Oh.
Dude, that's one of the best 30 for 30s.
Of all the quarterbacks, like you take his attitude compared to like Mahomes' attitude now, like give me McMahon.
Well, Jim McMahon also has like severe CTE.
Sure.
It was in the thing, but yeah, that guy didn't give a shit about anything.
Yeah, awesome.
They were number 2 on offense.
Number 2 on offense, number 1 on defense.
They just handed the ball to Walter Payton.
Sweetness.
That could be my 5 spot.
I don't have that in here. I think that 2017 is a better team assembled, but you can't be higher on my list if you didn't win the championship.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay. The 3 spot going to the NBA here. Thought about putting the so this kind of goes along with what you're saying. The Warriors, what was it, 73 and
they had back in the day?
Yeah, I think they no.
What? Oh, it's 17?
Steph Curry, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Klay Thompson.
I mean, that team, I think, was it 73? Did they beat the record?
I want to say that they did beat the record, but I don't know.
It was something like that.
They
it's
were
either the same or
They were like either was 1 game short or they were right there. But I don't think they did. I think they were 70 or 71.
No, they either tied it or broke it.
Okay.
You could probably look. I don't know. I was gonna have just Steph Curry and KD on the same team is
insane.
2 Hall of Famers.
That's insane.
But because they didn't win, like you said, so I'm gonna take the same record and go with the 95-96 Bulls. 72 and I think it was 72 and 10. Michael Jordan, of course, they're gonna hear that name a lot because he's the greatest basketball player to ever play.
The GOAT.
Don't want to hear it from the LeBronites. I don't care.
We're not getting into that.
No, that's a whole different day.
The whole episode.
Yeah, we got to get one of them LeBronites on here for that, so they can just cry.
So this is your 3 spot?
3 spot is 95-96 Bulls. Jordan comes back from defeating the Monstars.
Yeah.
Right, because that's why he didn't play those 2 years. He had to go.
Yeah, well, he got sucked into like a golf course.
Right. So he
how
was
was
there
he
for
supposed to play?
Right.
From
Also,
no dimension.
if that doesn't happen, they win 8 in a row. I don't care what anybody says.
If he doesn't get sucked into the golf course?
And he missed
With
those
Bill
2
Murray?
seasons. You know, there's the conspiracy that he had to miss those 2 seasons because
Was it gambling?
gambling, and it's something about it's why his father was murdered or something.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a lot of
I've heard that.
yeah.
Like he got caught gambling, but they couldn't afford to kick him out of the league. He
Yeah.
was like betting on his own games, I guess.
I don't think it. I don't think so. But you got to save the league. Like you can't let your
The greatest of all time.
he's the star child of the league.
Yeah.
You can't let that happen. Like
So
scandal
they
like
sent
that.
him away.
Yeah.
Comes back. Greatest team ever.
Greatest team ever.
So my 2 spot
Basketball team, or at least.
is the 95-96 Bulls.
Look at you going NBA.
Same thing.
Look at you.
Yeah. Also, Dennis Rodman is the best defensive player in the history of the NBA.
And let's also put him in the category of most psychotic.
What's up with him in North Korea? Why is he like friends with that guy?
I don't. There's something deeply wrong with that guy.
I bet that guy thinks that Dennis Rodman is like a weapon. And he's trying to turn him into like a nuke.
I don't know. But that is the weirdest friendship
Yeah.
ever.
I'm gonna make.
I mean, look, we should do top 5 things Dennis Rodman has done that you're like, what the fuck? Like he was a cross-dressing, like
Oh, he's a weird guy.
he skipped practice to go be on
Dude,
Monday Night Raw or whatever. Or,
that is amazing.
It's unbelievable. Hang out with NWO.
Yeah. And like he was like
Or,
hanging
sorry, not
Madonna.
New World Order. Yeah.
Yeah.
NWO. Yeah, that dude was a freak.
Dude, insane.
And then he was dating Carmen Electra or something.
Yeah, it was Carmen Electra.
I'm assuming he has a book about his life.
He has to.
He has to, because
Someone else has to write it for him, though.
yeah.
There's no way he's coherent enough.
How did Michael Jordan? I think, in the documentary, I think Jordan was just like, as long as you show up to play basketball and get rebounds for me, I don't care.
Yeah, which he did.
Yes.
Dude was a freak.
The fact that all that stuff, but he was smart enough. He said when he was getting rebounds, he would literally watch the trajectory of the ball and like know where it was going to bounce.
Hearing him talk about it, what's that documentary
It's
called?
it's the 6-part series,
Yeah.
the one they dropped during COVID.
Yeah, I can't
Did
remember.
COVID happen so that they could drop that because they would get more viewers?
I think so, yeah.
Because like at the time we needed something like that.
It was awesome.
Oh, it was great. I wish it was 10 parts.
And then you got Pippen.
Scottie Pippen,
Scottie Pippen.
who's now a hater all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think he's just jealous because
Yeah, it's all about Jordan.
It is all about Jordan.
But I agree. Second best. I have him as number 2 in my mind. Jordan also didn't miss any of those 82 games. He played in every single one.
I believe it.
So, like, you think about that now.
That's
like,
unheard of.
the players nowadays don't do that.
No.
And
I'm not saying it's a bad. I mean,
That's more of like a business decision, which I agree with. But like, I feel like Jordan was like, if someone was like, "Hey, Jordan, we're halfway through the season, we're kicking ass. You need to rest."
he'd be like,
No.
no. Well, it's the same thing with Kobe. Kobe like did everything to not miss games.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to play, but those two are cut from different cloth.
They also went 15-3 in the playoffs. So of those 4 series, they only got beat 3 times. Out of 4 7-game series, they only had 3 losses. So like even in the playoffs, they just fucking steamrolled everybody.
Yep. Also, Jordan never had to play in a game 7. So he just got it done in 6 or less.
Why would you?
But we won't go off on the list of
Yeah.
MJ's the GOAT.
Oh, so I have that in my number 2 spot. So that kicks
Okay.
back to your 2 spot.
All right. No, okay, so I'm at 2.
Yeah.
And I have the 92 men's Olympic
Dream team.
dream team. Ever assembled 11 Hall of Famers.
That's insane. Is that the number? 11 Hall of
11, I
Famers?
looked it up. And then the 12th player was Christian Laettner. They were like, why is he even on this team?
Yeah, no, it doesn't deserve it.
They say there's a game that was played between the Dream Team, they split like the team in half, and they played like it was a practice exhibition, but they literally played it like a real game. And I forget who talks about it. Is it Mac?
Oh, it's like the best game that never happened or something?
Never got, and it's literally 11 Hall of Famers playing hard, like a
That's
real game
awesome.
against each other. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And they were like, they told Later to go play in traffic. He didn't get in. They're like, we don't want him.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Was Coach K the coach?
that was Chuck Daly.
Oh, John Daly?
John Daly's cousin's
Nice.
brother. No, I don't know if there's any relation.
Yeah,
But,
that's insane.
Yeah, or was it Coach K? No.
11 Hall of Famers on one team. I agree. Best team.
Ever assembled. But again, to your point, like it's not like an all-star team.
Right. It's like beyond an all-star
It's
team.
different than that. Like I wouldn't put an all-star team on the list.
Right.
But I mean,
But still,
That's why I didn't
to
put it
play
on
the
one.
best people in the world, because it's not like football. Like, we're the only country that plays football like this.
right.
Everybody plays basketball. Maybe not to the degree that we do, but for you to have all of every country's best players and we beat all of them by a minimum of 44 points, step it up.
They can't. They're short.
Do better.
I mean, imagine like them playing literally any team.
Like,
They're 2 feet taller than everybody. First of all,
so whoever they played in the first round was probably like Denmark. And it was all like
Yeah, like
5'8" dudes who just got done working on shining shoes.
yeah.
And then they show up and it's
Can you imagine they show up and it's like, oh, that's Michael
Larry
Jordan.
Bird,
It's
Michael
Larry Bird.
Johnson,
Michael Jordan,
Prime Charles Barkley.
Prime, Chuck.
Dude, yeah, I'd poop.
Yeah, that would suck.
All right.
We have to have the same number one.
I think it's the same number one.
I don't see how it could be.
It's the Hurricanes.
I had Portland Trailblazers
Oh, yeah.
with Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
No, it's unanimous.
It's the Miami Hurricanes.
It's the Miami Hurricanes.
2001,
2001.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
I have a list of players.
Go
That
read
I'm
them.
going to read some stats real quick.
Go for it.
If I may. 2001 Miami Hurricanes had 17 first-round draft picks.
Yep.
I'm going to just read some of the names. Clinton Portis, Ed Reed, Jeremy Shockey, Andre Johnson, Jonathan Vilma, Kellen Winslow, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, Vince Wilfork, and Sean Taylor. Pour one out.
Did you say Ed Reed?
Ed Reed. So their running backs were Clinton Portis and Willis McGahee and Frank Gore.
Yes.
The worst player on their team was their quarterback, and their quarterback won the Maxwell Award that year.
Who was it? Dorsey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did he even go to the?
They had 17 first rounders, 38 draft picks.
Yep. That's what I got. Undefeated. The U.
That's-
I don't know how you.
That's insane.
They were.
How do you beat
Sean
that?
Taylor didn't even play. He played special teams.
Yeah. How do you so like you could take all of those players and literally form a good NFL team.
Right.
You could field an NFL roster literally from that college team and like be okay, like you'd be decent.
Yes. Although they only have, I guess, one Hall of Fame. Ed Reed is probably the only Hall of Famer on there.
Frank Gore will be a Hall of Famer, I
You
think.
think?
Yeah.
Just because he's all the yards.
Yeah, he's like 5th all time in rushing yards or something.
Jeremy Shockey
Freak.
was a dog
Yeah.
in college and NFL. And Kellen Winslow was his backup, right?
Yeah. Who was also an animal.
Yeah. Who else? Did they have Buchanan on that team? Philip
Yeah,
Buchanan?
Buchanan, yeah. Oh, there's people that I'm leaving
Vilma.
off. Yeah, Vilma in the middle.
Wilfork?
Wilfork? You got Wilfork and Vilma in the middle of the field? No, I'm running outside.
Just-
And then you got Ed Reed taking your head off.
You've lost to that team before you even step on the field.
Their coach nobody's had an easier job.
Who was it? Was it that old guy?
Yeah. They like put him in there because he was like, I'm just gonna get out of the way.
Right. Just
And he said that. He was like, I'm letting them play.
assistant coaches coach up these guys, and nothing matters.
Yeah.
Dude, when that's like with Texas being back,
It's cool.
Things are good. I need Miami to get back.
I saw in the 30 for 30 about that team that those college players would show up to like clubs in Miami, and the Miami Dolphins players would be like, "Hey, get me in the club." Like to Ed Reed, they'd be like, "Yo, let me come in with
That's
you."
in the thing, isn't it?
And they were like, "No, yeah."
Oh my god.
Partying with those rappers, the 2 Live Crew. Like,
Yeah. And then you had the, what was the didn't they do one with like Michael Irvin's team?
yeah. I mean, that Miami team, like what you said about Bama, there's 3 or 4 years there where Miami was insane.
Just like
You
the
could pick
players.
several of those rosters.
When did Ray Lewis come out?
He was probably 99 or 2000.
Okay, so so it probably wouldn't have fallen.
Right, because then they will.
Yeah, because he's not mentioned. Obviously, he would be mentioned.
Yeah. He's right around there.
Yeah.
That team's insane. Got to be the best team ever assembled.
Yes.
There is no.
I don't think there's any argument.
There's no team that can beat that team.
Right. No, that's I'm good with that.
That's it. That's the correct answer.
That was a lot harder than I thought.
Except the number 1 spot.
Yeah, number 1 was the only one that like locked.
Yeah.
The other you can do whatever with. I mean, there's so many great.
Yeah, I mean, I am not a baseball guy. Also, I discount baseball teams because like there's no salary cap. You can just buy super teams.
True.
So like I don't like to count baseball teams. There's a lot of really good hockey teams in the last like 10, 15 years. But, you know.
Yeah, the salary cap definitely. Yeah, baseball's a weird one. They just get paid millions.
Any list that says this Yankees team is one of the best of all time does not matter. Because their payroll is probably triple the next closest
It
team.
is.
So
it's
who
like
cares?
triple what the Orioles are.
Oh, yeah, it's probably more than that.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know what the exact like. Orioles was like below 100 million.
Yeah.
Yankees are like 300 some million. I think it's 300
$1 trillion.
Yeah. Trillion with a
Yeah.
with a T.
You could probably buy Japan with the Yankees salary.
cap. Steinbrenner. Yankees. Everybody love dude. People love when the Yankees lose. It's like when how is the Cowboys, America's team, when they lost, and I went on like social media and like Facebook, everybody was pumped except the Cowboys fans, obviously.
Yeah.
How are you America's team? Riddle me that.
I got one thing for you. There's people who I'm like, you know, at work. I'm like, oh, who's your team? And like people will be like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of Georgia Bulldogs, and I'm like, oh, that's weird because you live in Pennsylvania. Why do you like the Bulldogs? Are you from Georgia? And they're like, no, my stepdad grew up in Georgia, so now I'm a Georgia fan. Like, there's got to be limits to how you pick what team you root for. You can't just be like, man, my second cousin's vacuum.
Unless you do that when you're like young.
Yes.
You have to be really young, I guess.
I think you've got like 6 or 7 years as a child to be like, this is my team. By the time you're in, I'm gonna like 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
I don't care if your mom gets a new dad or whatever.
Or new mom.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, whatever you're into.
2024.
Or we're not judging.
But there's Cowboys fans everywhere.
Yeah,
And
they're probably Yankees fans as well, and they're
Guaranteed.
probably Lakers fans.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Keith Klutz. Grew up in Frederick his entire life, but he's a Duke fan, and he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. Not in the same state.
Yeah, but he's also 6'8".
I'm not going to tell you that it's a problem.
I mean, that's it. Either you have to do it when you're younger, or be 6'8", and nobody
do
can
what you
sing
want.
and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, I'm good with it.
All right.
What were we talking about? The Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys.
I just don't.
They have a star.
The delusion. Yeah. What is that? I love the one where it's the playoffs and it's like, oh, we them boys.
Yeah, the circle.
The circle, and it's like, you are here.
Who was the receiver that stood on the star?
That was T.O. T.O. did that.
When he was with the Eagles?
No, it was with the Niners.
And they drilled him.
Yes. I think it was, yeah.
And then he did it again.
And then he did it.
But he did it on the smaller star.
No, he did it the first time. And then Emmitt Smith scored, and he ran out and put the ball on the star. And then T.O. did it again, and some dude hawked him and just smashed him.
That's awesome.
Melee.
And then
Oh, there was some social media was ruthless. It was
I love it. Keep it up. If you're putting
So
out
great.
NFL meme content, you're doing the Lord's work, and we appreciate it.
I called Drew right away and I was like, "Are you doing okay? Are you on a tall roof? Like, do we need to talk you down?" He goes, "Dude, I bet," and he's diehard Cowboys.
Yeah.
He goes, "I bet on the Packers."
Oh,
he's
no
like,
shit.
"I knew they were gonna lose."
Yeah.
He's like, "So like, that's I'm okay with.
Well, I went
If
to
you're not delusional,
yeah, that's a good Cowboys fan.
that's a good fan."
I went to the last game of the season, which was a Washington versus Dallas game in Washington, basically a home game for Dallas. When
Yeah.
I tell you that like 90% of the stadium is Dallas fans, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Douchiest people on the planet. Like, we know we're bad.
Right.
Like, they get a first down and they, we them boys, you guys are trash. And it's like, we know.
We know. Like, you're gonna lose in a week.
So there was a Redskins fan in front of me, and he was like
Oh,
talking shit
Please
to this
don't.
other Dallas guy. And
this will be edited out.
the Dallas guy and the Redskins guy are really getting into it. And the Redskins guy's like, all right, congratulations. You guys get one more week of football than we do. That's all you get. Dallas guy talks more shit, so the Redskins guy's like, you know what, I tell you what. If you make the Super Bowl, I will come over and I will wipe your ass. But if you don't win the Super Bowl, you have to come over and wipe my ass. And they shook on it.
I remember you telling me that. I just have so many questions.
I don't know if they even knew each other.
So two random guys talking about
Just
doing that
chirping.
to each other.
I hope, hey.
I mean, hopefully they got each other's number and the bet goes through. I mean,
Yeah.
That's like the.
Redskins guy won.
When have you ever thought about that? Like, oh, if I lose this bet, you got to like.
Right.
That would not be my
Yeah.
first. Yeah. So maybe
We'll see what happens.
they're probably both dead. Oh yeah, that was hard. We need to. We need to lay up top five. Top five things that are red and have the word stop on them.
Stop signs.
Stop sign.
Signs that say stop.
Right. That's, I'm just giving an example.
Can I do top 1 stores that give out free samples?
Sam's Club.
It's Costco.
Oh, here we go.
It's Costco.
I'm a Sam's Club.
I went to Costco today and it was amazing. I had like probably 14 samples.
And you probably left.
I bought nothing.
Just went in there, samples.
I got a $1.50 hot dog.
The chicken bake is. I like the chicken bake.
So maybe we need to do grocery stores. Let's circle back to this.
We'll consider. But I think Sam's Club. For me, they sell the same shit.
You have a Sam's Club membership?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm under my parents' account, but
why don't we go to Sam's Club with your membership and
Okay.
Costco with my membership, and then the next podcast we'll discuss.
and I'll just be like, oh, look at that, the exact same thing, but
then it-
1,000 more people in here.
Then it defaults to the food court. But we'll discuss. We'll discuss.
I don't know. I get the skeeves going in there. Sorry, now you got me wound up. I'll never go back to Costco.
All right. Well, you should try it at 2:30 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, going on a Saturday, hungover.
That's bad. I agree.
Couldn't even find a parking spot.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
Well, when we come back, we've got maybe Costco Sam's Club debate.
We gotta do dynasties. I like maybe dynasties.
Talk about the upper deck. Tony's going to be officially an old man.
Yeah, I'm sick to my stomach. What do you do when there's inclement weather? What is it?
I started taking baby aspirin,
Baby aspirin?
for my heart.
Yeah.
Can't be too careful.
Can't be. What do you do if there's inclement weather? What do you wear? Yeah. Midlife crisis.
Yeah. All right.
All right. We'll see you. That's wrapped up. Episode 10.
On the rocks.
OTR. New logo, by the way.
New logo.
Y'all forgot about the logo. We're trying to get it trademarked so we don't get sued for the
Hold
$0 I have in my bank account.
Hold tight.
Yeah, hold tight on that.
If anyone out there is a lawyer, why are you watching this podcast? But we could use your help.
Yeah, or an attorney.
It's the same.
I don't know. Is that the same thing?
It's like saying waitress and server. Like they're the same thing.
Is
Yes.
Why would they have two different words?
I don't know, but now maybe I need to Google it.
Yeah. We'll let you know how Saturday goes.
If we remember. All right, episode 10.
Till next time.
I have to shit.
Well, get the hell on then. Oh.
I usually go home and poop. I'm not going to make it, so I'm pooping down here.
Okay, is there toilet paper?
I don't know, but I bet there's fucking spiders.
There's definitely spiders.